Mafs, Australia, Season 13, Episode 27.
27?
27!
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure it's 27 or is it... I'm sorry.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Feedback week.
Feedback week, yeah.
I do not know what's going to happen.
We've got Gia drama.
Gia drama, because that's what Gia's job is. So this is us from the future, coming back from the end.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen everything in this episode. We've seen honesty boxes, we've seen letters to your friends, we've seen letters to your enemies. And we had to put up with all of that. We did it for you. Subscribe. It's not that hard.
Where do I begin? I sat there and I was
How
thinking,
did you hold your breath? Because we spoke about it before you left. I was like, do not mention the messages.
Well, I went in thinking...
Did you mention them?
She brought it.
Babe, no.
She brought it up. Yeah.
The one thing I said to David today, before he left, was please do not bring up the text messages.
And he didn't.
And it was brought up and it upset me because I'm like, I'm really disappointed because that is something I wanted to address.
Okay. The Alissa and Beck and now David drama.
From Feedback Week.
From Feedback Week.
Poor David, of course, he got Beck.
He was explicitly told that if he got Beck or if he got Danny, don't bring it up. He wasn't told to shut it down if it got brought up.
Yeah.
But he said don't bring it. He was told don't bring it up.
And the other thing is, Alissa, she's not flying off the handle at him, but she's still clearly upset with him for, and I quote, not shutting it down.
David is upset and hurt as well.
Yeah.
Like the comment wasn't just, okay, a lot of it was Alissa, but David was also in there.
Yeah, he was in the fold.
Yep.
And so, of course, he is going to be upset as well. Of course, he was sitting there doing the, geez, who's it going to be? Great, it's Beck.
Yep.
Wonderful. Of course it was going to be Beck. He didn't get up and walk out.
No.
He gave her the opportunity to talk.
And she went straight to it.
She just went straight into it. And then her whole lying and backpedaling and saying, it wasn't anything like specific about you guys.
And that got
right?
him riled.
And of course he'd be going, but I've read the receipts. He did what he could, but he also was defending. I mean, it just wasn't fair on Alissa to say, no, look, I understand that she wanted to raise it directly with Beck herself, but she's on Mafs and they gave Feedback Week. She has to know that they were going to send Beck to be who David was partnered up with. And then he says he had to shut it down because it was the only way to shut it down was Beck. We have seen the receipts.
Said, I just don't want to talk about it. I'm going to leave this one to Alissa. He
Beck-
could have just said that, but Beck would have.
She would have kept on
Gone on.
going,
Yeah.
and she did. She did keep on going because nothing about either of their relationships appears to have got talked about. It seems to have just been Beck trying to smooth the waters, with the fella, knowing full well, that the wife is going to come. She knows that Alyssa's going to do we need to have a talk about this.
We know that Alissa in her outside life likes a bit of drama, but she's choosing to be very measured in what she says to him. She's having a little bit of a tear about it, and it would look like she's going to have a little tear, she's going to think it through, and they're going to be okay. And that is a really, really good sign.
Yeah, I do think that they'll be okay. Seemed like
I'm
something.
just apologising over and over and over and over and over. And I get it. I've done the wrong thing. But
Probably something they couldn't put
I
up.
just feel like it's just something, it's just never ending.
So you've just got to run up and apologise in front
Again.
of the group again, and then move on from it.
Yeah.
And just don't do no dumb shit like that in future.
Okay, so Danny talking to Beck about the messages. Green flag, Danny.
He was
There you go.
smart. He was very
Never
smart.
thought that would ever happen. Did you think that would ever happen?
No.
Green
I
flag, Danny?
personally wouldn't.
If you don't send the messages in the first place, it can't be brought back up against you. Okay, but I'm gonna do devil's advocate again. Beck, everybody's saying we're sick of Beck apologising and then just going back and doing it again. To be fair to Beck, she didn't go back and do it again.
It has
And this
been
is
brought-
what she's upset about. Yes, she made a mistake. Yes, she did a stupid thing. Yes, she was mean. Yes, she was rude. Yes, she was all of those things. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Smack her on the wrist.
Yeah.
Naughty Beck. However, since she's apologised the last time, she really hasn't, has she? right? So if you've learned your lesson and people keep bringing up the old stuff, that's not fair on her either, really. And, maybe people need to take account of that.
Well, we can give credit to Danny for having a thought and, thinking it, and it was very impressive. He did the whole, so you have to apologize in front of the group again for this again, which I get because he doesn't get the whole story.
But I think he's wrong, but go on.
He doesn't have the whole story of Beck sitting there before she knew that David knew what the messages said, lying to his face and saying, they really weren't that bad, David, I don't know what you're talking about.
But she did say to Danny that she didn't even remember what was in them. And she was obviously just trying to minimise. It couldn't have been that bad. I'm a nice person. Probably wasn't that bad. I was probably a bit catty, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then when it comes and hits you in the face, yeah, actually we've seen them and they were bad.
Yeah.
Right. That's a whole other thing. Now she's shocked. Right. And her face betrays her. Like she has no. If she played poker for a living, she would be the brokest poker player in the universe.
She wouldn't be a poker playing living person.
You've got to go back in there and apologise again. I think that might be the wrong path, because I think what Beck should actually do is say, Alissa and David, what I said in those messages was wrong, and I should never have done that. But I'm not going to apologise again because I've already apologised for it 20 times. This is on Gia for passing those old messages from before I knew what I was doing, from before I realised how I was being manipulated.
Yeah.
Right? This is from then.
Yeah.
I've already apologised a heap of times and I would never do that now. And I see the error of my ways.
Yep.
I'm sorry that you're hurting, but I didn't do this.
Like when we sat on the commitments ceremony couch and the experts were like, what's the plan for us? And you sort of said like, oh, this is how it works. And we move to Sydney and then we can go here and this will go here. That's the first time I heard that plan. Already I don't feel like I have much leeway.
I guess.
I think it's ridiculous. I'm 38. I've got a kid coming. I don't need to argue about coming up with an idea for us after the experiment.
I feel like you're getting really like defensive with me now.
I'm not getting defensive at all.
Well, even like a little sorry it felt like that way.
I'm sorry that it felt that way.
Okay, cool. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry that it felt that way, but it was
lead with that.
Yeah.
Chris and Sam.
The cracks are deep.
They're only like hairline cracks on the surface, but they run so deep. I think it's the beginning of the end for Chris and Sam.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to the big secret at the beginning, right? Chris has been trying to manipulate the situation to get his way. But some people could forgive the big secret in that he was fearful or that he was, didn't want to ruin it at the beginning and all this sort of thing. But by having that big secret and then by having the plan as to how we're going forward and putting it to putting it to any third party for approval before you talk to your partner is another it's another nail in that coffin.
And I'm sorry, Chris just shouldn't have gone on Married at First Sight. You've got a baby coming in less than a year. This is not the time to pick a rando off the street and hook up with someone. This is not the time to get into a legally binding contract that we are together for life.
I always like to put a test on a situation, and the test is usually take it to its logical extreme, then pass that to its illogical extreme, or do a gender flip. And in this one, I'll do a gender flip. How would we feel about any woman coming on to Married at First Sight who is already pregnant?
It would be incredibly dangerous.
Well, it would be frowned upon. I don't think the producers would run it.
My gay friends, donated for me to have a baby, and I'll be raising it, but they'll be, or he'll be
a known father.
That's it's a first date you'd walk out on.
Yeah, it's a producer match, definitely. But it bugs me that because this is on Chris, because the producers wouldn't have the chance to match him with anybody if he hadn't signed up.
It's awkward because there's like a bit of tension between us. It's not been like this. Yesterday, he said that I have no empathy. That is so hurtful. Maybe misconstrued or whatever. I'm happy to just move forward from it.
Even now, I feel like you're getting defensive.
I'm not getting defensive. I'm having a conversation.
Okay,
I'm just sitting here listening
I'm
to
not
you.
getting defensive.
I think saying that he didn't give me empathy comment hurt him, I guess, because he sees himself as quite an empath. But I think asking for more empathy shouldn't really be met with defensiveness.
I can understand, do not agree with, but I can understand where Chris is coming from on this. He had a fleeting thought about how it would probably work, and when the experts asked him on the couch, hey, have you guys thought about it? He was like, well, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but I've thought about it, and that's what I thought. But as soon as someone brings up that you said it without really consulting them, the first thing you say is, I'm sorry. You know, fair point.
Yeah.
My bad.
It was just thoughts bouncing around in my head, and I answered Mel's question. It wasn't supposed to be some great grand plan.
Do you know what you don't do? You don't say, well, Sam, let's look at it how it is, okay? Because that is how it would work. That's not what you say. Probably not.
That's exactly right, wise words, little one. Wise words.
That's right.
Do you see me as the mother, father of your children? Yes, I do see you as a father of my children. You have great genes, stud. We both align on so many things.
So Stella and Philip, the children thing came up because we knew that was going to be in there.
I did like that Stella immediately went in with the genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got good genes. You'll work. I like this. I can do something with this now. I can make something with that.
Daniel.
I'm joking.
I just expected him to take it a little bit more seriously. Do you think you will fall in love with me, and why?
Do I think I'll fall in love with you, and why? I'd assume I will, yeah. Am I there yet? No. Do I think it's going to go there? Probably.
Yeah, so then we get on to Danny and Beck. Beck and Danny. Oh.
Not good.
And did we know that they were going to be loaded questions? All the questions that
Very loaded.
Beck continually keeps going over, that Beck continually keeps raising as concerns. Danny, of course, was just classic Danny. He just laughed and joked.
And with his joking, I think it was it was like a real answer, which he then had to play off as a joke.
He had to have a joke so he could survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a common thing, really.
And that statement she made, yeah, there's a time and a place for jokes.
Mm.
And there is. The time is when you're breathing, and the place is wherever you happen to be. Jokes are good. Jokes bring levity to a dire situation. And poor old Danny and Beck, they seem to be in dire situations.
Quite a bit.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, who does he think he is? How dare you not think that you could fall in love with me? I'm the best thing that you'll ever get. The end.
The whole, he doesn't know if he could love me. How could he not love me? I'm the best thing he's ever gonna get.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been there. Oh, damn. That's
I mean,
hard.
you can say that ironically. You can say that as a joke. But she did not say that as a joke.
No one who ever says that as a joke. They say it dead seriously, and it's usually during a breakup. It's not pretty.
It is during a breakup.
So that they can get closer together, can get intimate.
And then I feel like, oh my gosh, this is my brain now. Mwah.
Right.
Wait.
That's technically not anonymous.
Gotta put some.
Oh, no.
Oh my god,
meant
this
to-
Oh,
looks so
didn't need that.
beautiful on you. Give him a kiss. Go on.
It's all
I don't
right.
want mine
Kiss it
dark.
like you
right?
mean it.
God damn it.
Okay,
Kiss it
Kiss
like
it.
you mean it.
Hey, Steven, you better take this seriously.
The red lipstick needs to be used, Steve-O, so Rachel can count her kisses.
Okay.
So the anonymous feedback letters.
Not
Very-
particularly anonymous
Yeah.
when it comes to Rachel and Steve-O.
However, they took it well. Steve-O's a little bit kind of like, do we have to? Can we just do this in private?
Yeah, well,
And-
she's letting him do it off camera, so that's okay, because
Yeah.
I'm around the boatyard, they'd really rip on him if he put that lipstick on.
It's Gia and Scott's turn to write the anonymous letter to Alissa and David.
Oh, wow.
Dave's very understanding, calm and collective. He's good to lean on. Like he's
So, just say one positive at a time.
understanding.
Dave is understanding.
There's one thing that.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, I'm just trying to help.
I'm trying to think. Hold on, David.
Yeah, like whatever I say doesn't matter.
However, David has mentioned that in this relationship, he needs more reassurance. Alissa, we think that's something that you could work on. David, we know you love Alissa's energy, but do you think long-term you can handle it? It's all slanted and it's not straight.
Okay.
It's Gia and Scott.
Gia and Scott for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I find it interesting that they missed the hidden dig. Wasn't particularly hidden. But that Gia, when she was saying to Scott, just shut up, Scott, shut up, I want to get something in here, what she was writing at that moment was the David has said So it looks like David's speaking out of turn about what he doesn't like about Alissa.
Yeah.
And Alyssa's just glossed straight over that, just bounced her way through.
Yeah.
Which is great because it means she's not being hypercritical of any of that stuff because she knows, A, it's Gia, so she's just going to be trying to cause trouble, and B, David's good.
Yeah.
So
I trust
I
him.
thought you saw the look on David's face when that was read, was like, hang on, I didn't do this. But
Ready
it
to
didn't
jump.
even
Yeah.
didn't even come up as a problem.
No one makes nachos like me, though, do they?
He's a single
No.
30-something.
And
How can he
maybe
not
they should.
I cooked sausages at the age of 6. Surely you could cook up something better at the age of 30. You could cook up something better than a packet of nachos with cheese, hot cheese all over it.
It was cute, but yes, I am worried about a man who can be a boat mechanic and not cook.
He's 34.
I mean, what's he been eating? Ready meals and Maccas.
Well,
Come on, dude.
He can microwave a meal. He's proved that with the nachos. So
I suppose there's no barbecue on the balcony, is there? So
probably not.
I mean, that's what boat guy would probably be okay cooking. Anything on a barbecue.
Our suggestion would be, Gia, fully remove yourself from group chats. I have Beck. Don't worry about that.
This was stellar.
This will totally block out any unwanted distractions, need for external validation, hopefully the need for drama. Focus on the emotional connection. We challenge both of you to withhold physical intimacy for 10 days. I didn't get anything out of that.
For me, I like to take everything with a grain of salt. And how the letter was describing, I could see it. But for me, I didn't say too much because I know if I'm going to say something, Gia's not going to respond well.
Gia was not open to any of the advice. However, Scott was open to all of it. He took it on board. Only issue is that Gia's in a really rather foul mood.
Yep.
And Scott doesn't feel like he can tell Gia about any of the stuff that he's taken on board.
That's right,
The wording was interesting. He can't say anything without her flying into a rage, basically. That's not looking good for Final Vows.
That's just a red flag in the outside
total.
world.
Yep.
Yeah.
All round. Like,
Now, the other thing, the suggestion that they lay off the intimacy for the next week or 10 days or whatever it was. I know Gia and Scott don't understand why you would do that. That makes no sense. We're heading into Final Vows. It's to understand within yourselves whether you like the person or you just like the intimacy. That particular act is like her special remote control that she's got for Scott. She can get him to do whatever she wants with the deft use of intimacy.
Yeah.
Gia has said, like, we want to leave together. So at the moment, we both have said, like, Gia wants to leave. And I said, I'll go with her. So don't know when this would happen. I'm leaving the ball in her court because I'm happy to face anything. And if we decide to go, we go. We go together.
So we just basically see the Gia and Scott show, more of the Gia and Scott show. Just leave.
And
just
they did.
Leave.
And
Well,
they
we
did.
want them to leave, but the Gia and Scott train has a habit of leaving the station and then arriving back at the station. So that's the problem.
It's on a loop.
It is on a loop. It's a very short loop.
Yeah, it's a very short
It's
loop.
like the circle line.
And that luggage just didn't look like enough luggage.
So Gia's just sick of it. She can't take the drama anymore.
Please
But of
leave-
course, she is the drama, so wherever she goes, that's where she's going to be,
Mm.
right in the middle of the drama.
And Scott has figured that out.
I would think so. I just think he didn't want to leave on his own. So he did and he wants to look, to some extent, honourable, might be the word, but I don't think he's going to look that way.
No.
But he might want to look honourable, so if she leaves, we leave together. So I don't have to come back to this wretched place.
That's a very good point, Dad.
Okay, well, that was a lot of Gia and Scott, really.
It was a lot of Gia
That whole
and
episode. Like, come on.
Very whingy,
Now,
very whiny.
I'm going to say,
To all our new subscribers, we love you. And our existing subscribers too. Thank you. And for all those stalkers out there, just hit the damn button, okay?
I mean, love's a strong word.
No, we do. We love them.
Do we? Oh, okay.
We love them. And drop me some comments because we're loving them. You can hit like and share. Share it with someone you don't like. See how they react.
We even like the mean comments.
Right, beautiful people. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye.